and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fenton Forest 4X map with seasons with me, See What He So. At the end of the last episode, I said we was going to be doing some seeding, and sure enough, here we are on big field 19, a big mammoth field. Obviously, we've still got the Tri-6 running down here on field 25, planting our corn. We've got Mr. Rogator, one of the Rogators fertilising field 22. The other Rogator is doing weed spraying on field 23. The Rubicon is parked up here somewhere near the diesel refill. He's just actually finished fertilising field 23. But we are going to need a second coat of fertiliser on there at some point. I, on the other hand, have got to get cracking with our lovely soybean crop that we're planting this year on big field 19, which is the field I purchased in the winter. Get this planted. This is the reason why I've had a bit of a rethink about the fields and what crops I am planted or I have planted. Because I bought this field and this field is massive, I decided soybeans on this field, which meant as a result I decided not to plant soybeans on fields 2 and 3 and have instead gone for potatoes and sugar beets on those 2 fields. So yeah, we'll be doing root crops again this year. We'll be doing cotton again this year. Sugar cane, I'm waiting to see if that field actually regrows, because I honestly don't know if with seasons sugarcane regrows or not. If it doesn't, that's no great loss, because obviously I wasn't terribly impressed with the sugarcane harvest last year and how much of a pain in the backside it was to do. And the fact I couldn't use the sugarcane for what I wanted to use it for. So honestly, if the sugarcane doesn't grow, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. I won't be terribly disappointed. And we'll plant something else. But as I say, field 19 here is going to be our big soybean harvest, because we haven't had a good soybean harvest yield yet. Not since our first year, of course, where we did one of the big fields with soybeans. We're giving this a go this time. A very profitable crop for us. Although again, it's one of them weird crop soybeans that with seasons, we're not going to be able to sell it until next year. It's not a crop that we can harvest and sell in the same calendar year, because soybean prices always tend to be at their highest at the late spring, early summer period of the game. And obviously we can't harvest the soybeans till the autumn, so we actually miss the selling window for soybeans. So we have to hang on to the crop for a year. head down the road. Now obviously, might be a good point in time to talk about in this video, or at least enter into discussion in this video, about what we should do in the coming year. 2019 is drawing to a close. It is currently Monday the 16th of December as I record this. Obviously you guys won't see this video until after Christmas. Hence why my guy is now currently wearing his Santa hat. But I am hoping that you guys are watching the videos. And those of you that are watching the videos, I'm wondering what you would like to see as far as farming simulator content on the channel in 2020. What would you like to see me do next with this game? We are getting a little bit limited in the fact that obviously we've not had any massive new gameplay mechanics or anything like that added to the game by Giants themselves. They've not added anything new, or you know, in terms of gameplay on the game. You know, they are adding a few vehicles here and there, and obviously they've done a few DLC packs where they've added some new vehicles, like the Class, like the John Deere Cotton Harvester, like the Anderson stuff, which, you know, it's, at the end of the day, to me, those are just glorified mods. They don't really add anything new gameplay wise, do they? And I'm playing Seasons now, which is, I suppose, probably the biggest gameplay mod or change that we're probably going to get in FS19. So I'm kind of wondering what you guys are looking for in your farm simulator videos, you know, your let's plays and stuff. What would you like to see me doing more of, or less of, or whatever? Please feel free to post a comment down below to let me know, because I do feel a lot of the videos tend to get very samey now. There's not a lot new that I can show people in the videos when it comes to farming simulator, and I'm wondering as a result of that whether that's why views drop off now on my videos. There's not as many people viewing the videos as there once were. I get the same hardcore viewers, I know, watching the videos each time they upload, but there are a lot of people, big audience out there, that maybe has had its fill of the game, unless there's something new we can do. Obviously new maps are always an option, there's always new maps coming out, but again, the gameplay on the maps always tends to be the same. We just end up doing the same thing. We just farm fields, grow crops, sell crops, make money, rinse and repeat. And I can't see how we make things more different than that at this junction in time. One of the things I do think I will do next time round, though, if I do another series after this one, is we will go back to doing standard size maps. I probably won't do another 4x map single player because it's just too much hard work. But then it means I need to find a good single player map that we can play on. And there's been a couple of maps come out recently that I've not had a chance to really look at yet. There are maps that have come out that I was quite excited about, and then when I've actually looked at them, they've actually turned out to be quite disappointing. One of those is actually Greenwich Valley, the one I'm using currently for the multiplayer server. I'm actually quite a little bit disappointed in that map. Now I've actually got to play on it for a couple of different reasons. Some of them are obviously choices the mod author made, when he did the map. Some of them are, again, sort of just issues that maybe Giant should have picked up on when they tested the map and maybe fed back to the mod author and got him to correct before they agreed to put it out there. Certainly there's a couple of issues with the map as far as I'm concerned, a couple of bugs with the map, if you like, Greenwich Valley. One, the fields aren't correctly defined within the actual Giant's editor, which means that if you try to do any kind of changes to the fields, sort of like for me, like doing a Let's Play series, if I try to do any off-screen changes using the dev commands to change fields and set the map up a little bit differently before I start, you can't do that because the fields aren't defined properly. Instead of a whole field changing, you only get a tiny small little patch of the field that changes, and as a result of that, it becomes a little bit awkward to do creative things for videos on that map. The second issue I have with that map is the fact that not all the fields have contracts on them. There's only about 4 fields on the entire map that have contract work available, which again, for us playing on a multiplayer server, means that there's not a lot of work to do when you're waiting for your own fields, and as a result of that, people tend to get a little bit bored of the map. It's also quite bad as well that the 4 fields that do have contracts on them are probably the 4 fields that you want to buy pretty early on in the game to expand your own farm. So eventually you run out, you have no fields with contracts. Okay, I had to put a little bit of a cut in the video there because I had to go take care of something quickly. The guy's obviously done a couple of little strips of the field. I have hired a worker now. Carry on seeding. Rogator needs to be refilled. Now, which one is that? I think it's this guy. Needs to be refilled. Yeah, I do need to fold him up briefly. Just briefly, otherwise we're not going to be able to get him refilled. And off some of that stuff. Mr. Rogate is carried on. The guy doing the weeds is doing a great job, by the way. He's doing a fantastic job. Rid of those for me. I also need to check on the guy who was doing the slurry again in a minute. Make sure he's all okay. That's been taken care of. Of course. Yeah, you carry on doing whatever it is you do. Go other fella's doing a fantastic job of getting rid of the weeds on the field that does need to be fertilised again. How's Mr. Proto getting on? He's doing too bad. 68% caught seedless, 72% fertiliser. That's encouraging. Always encouraging. Oh, now the other fella's run out. This one's not going to be quite as easy for me to find the point at which I need to resume spraying. Unless I follow the tracks back. I suppose I could do. I'll get away with nearest waypoint. And so of course, here it goes. Perfect. Perfect recreation there. Right, Mr. Courseplay, is he still... We'll let him drive, we'll let him empty. Why have we got two slurry to BGA course? We've got that way. I think probably because if I remember right, I recorded the course twice, didn't I? Once this way, which didn't seem to really work very well. Although it should work better now, I'm hoping, because of course I've made the trigger bigger. Wow, there's 3 million litres of slurry in there. You're going to be very busy, dude. Aren't you? Dude, you are going to be incredibly busy in your little Santa hat. Because 3 million litres, that's a lot of slurry for you to take and get rid of. Right, so that's all the fun stuff done. Rogator's now working on his whatchamacallit, headlands. Got the term there for a second. Got just ordinary worker up here. Nobody special. Another thumbnail for the video. As we get big field 19 taken care of. Again, 59% on the old seed front, 74% on the fertiliser front. We're doing kind of okay. Would have liked to have seen a few more bits and bobs. Left a bit there. Professional of him. Let's quickly jump on board again with Mr. Phoenix truck. Tell me what we will do. We'll turn all them little root nodes off. Oh, he's doing a fantastic job of things. See if he loads up again, because the problem was with that first course was it always had trouble hitting the trigger zone, but I have opened up the map since then, and I've increased the trigger point on the BGA. Okay, that's the problem then. Scrap that course then. Although with the second one, I thought that might be an issue. Has he got some kind of offset that I didn't know about? None that I can see. None that I could see. And what we'll do is we'll have him run this way round then instead. Helps if you don't crash into stuff. There we go. This time he'll be better. This time he'll run this course all day. Like I say, 3 billion litres of slurry to get rid of. And then once he's done the slurry, he's got to then take the digestate to the fertiliser factory, hasn't he? Which hopefully is still hasn't turned invisible again yet. A million litres of wood chips. He's selling some wood chips today. Port Southeast. East. Yeah. Use this guy. We'll put some fuel in him first. Have this guy running down to Port South East or whichever one it is, and get rid of wood chips for me. Of course, let's load up. Now to Port South West. First waypoint, and we're going to load up with wood chips. Off you go. Might as well earn some money from all of it. Doesn't have the correct siler, doesn't have the fill type. Wood chips. Unless it has the right. Unless it was because I drove across the trigger box for the death. That could be the reason why. Let's go and have a look how Mr. Cornman's getting on. He won't run through the water. Got to about here. He's got here. Started over there, didn't he? So he's actually coming. He's actually working this way. coming down here at some point. Here he comes, out of the fog he emerges. Should we stand there for a second and watch him come past? Like he's got quite the significant overlap though. I need to just back up a bit. This must be one of the last rows he does before he moves on to doing the headland. Lovely panning shot, look. Excellent. So anyway, lots of wood chips to sell. We'll get rid of those. Fella down here is nearly done weed killing. Dude's still got headlands to do. And our soybeans are getting planted brilliantly. Now, one of the things I was thinking, mowers. Mowers. We don't have one of those, but that could be quite useful. However, there is another mod pack which I haven't got installed on this save, and I keep meaning to add it, and I keep forgetting. So potentially I will try and remember to add that for the next video, the next recording session, which will be when will that be? A week on Monday, so it's the 16th of December now, whatever next Monday is. The 23rd will be the next time I record, because I've got 3 videos. This is the 3rd video I'm recording that I have to then edit, render and upload to you know, show you a little bit behind the curtain. I generally record now, because I'm uploading 3 videos a week of Fenton Forest. What I do on a Monday is I record 3 videos of Fenton Forest. I then edit them, render them, and then I upload them when I, you know, get time to do so. Like, for example, today I am uploading all of the content up to and including Christmas Day. I've currently got on uploading all the videos between now and Christmas Day in the background whilst I'm playing and recording this video. That's dedication for you. Partly because I also want to get some more Jurassic World Evolution recorded. I've been playing that game just lately again. You may have noticed on the channel, and I would very much like to record another episode or 2 today of that as well. And as it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my day is rapidly disappearing on me. See how that turns out. Right. I'm doing the moonwalk. I'm Michael Jackson. Might as well refill this. now. Now I've moved the big planter seeder. Oh, yeah, because that field needs cotton putting on it. But it's too cold for cotton at this moment in time. That's why that field will be the last one that gets seeded this year, I reckon. When it comes to seeding that field, I don't know whether to do it with the two little planters, or do it with the one big boy planter. Not decided on that front yet. I can't actually remember where I put the planters. Did I bring them back? Here's a truck. He's back for another load of wood chips. Oh. He's got 1 million litres to sell, so he's going to be doing a few trips, a few journeys. This guy's doing a few journeys. Definitely. He's got 3 million litres to get rid of. I feel your pain. I really do. I feel your pain. Yeah, I haven't got the planters must actually be down. House. I know where the planters are. Let's have a run. Because I left them where I finished doing the, yeah. After I'd done my potatoes and sugar beets, I've left them over here. So these two fellas, two 960s, they may get the job of seeding the cotton. Between them. Two tractors. To be fair, they're not as wide as one of the one big John Deere jobby, are they? If I remember right. They're 18, that's 36. So actually just one of them cruising up around on its own. You know, I'm very tempted to get another one of them. Because it requires 425 horsepower. What am I? 60s. 475. Let's have a look then. Large tractors. Did I go for the normal ones? Did I buy the... Oh, I've bought the 9.6. I've bought these. Five is the maximum they go up to. Could be if I did buy another one of those, I'd have to put it on the back of the Xerion. $100 horses. So they would pull the planter. They're even lower spec. Okay, that must have been the mod that came out much earlier in the year. Get 500 horsepower out of one of them. Okay, so do I want two of them? The other option, of course, AR route, possibly. Because we ain't got any John Deeres on this farm, have we? We've got a couple of Fents, and that's about it. A little bit cheaper than the a little bit cheaper than the classes. Certainly get me the horsepower I need. Then we've got Stevie's Fent pack. Iconic. Here we go. Iconic. Woo! Could go for one of them. $650. That would be awesome. Bit wider. Bit grippier, I think, those. I reckon something like that would be good for pulling two planters, but we'd be breaking up the farm a bit now, wouldn't we? I've got the two, as I say, we've got the two 5,000, so if I was to buy, what needs to be refilled again? You? Oh, what? Dude, seriously? he's used 2 tanks of fertiliser on this one field. A lot of literage we've put down. Heck of a lot of literage. This is why I'm not doing it with slurry and manure and stuff, and doing the natural fertilising like I did on the original Fenton Forest series, where we just did natural fertilising. Because on this 4x map, with the fields being so big, you would just never be able to do slurry and manure. You would just never be able to keep up. Yeah, looks like Mr. Woodchip Man has reached the woodchip trigger. It's the whole point. Selling another trailer load of wood chips for me. $23,000. I know people say, well, that's not a lot, is it? And you're quite right, it's not. But every little helps. Especially if I'm going to be buying another planter, a 36-metre planter. The guy get in the 1050 doing? He's doing alright, he's getting on with it. Managing, he's coping. Doing an excellent job. Our fields. He might be missing tiny little spots, but honestly, I'll get out and have a look. Little spot there he's going to miss. Most of this looks like it's alright. Bad job at all, has he? One time where an AI worker probably does get things right. Ah, except here, look. He's missed a great big chunk of the field there. Need to visit that to finish the rest of the field, but all in all, fairly decent job. That one spot. Run up to the top, have a look at the top of the field, make sure he's doing that just as well. Missed a strip down here completely. And he seems to have done a double job. Bit to do. Right, well, at this point in time, I'm going to say, as is often the case, that we've reached the end of today's episode. So thank you for watching. Again, as always, if you could be so kind as to click that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not doing so already, and of course leave your comments, questions, suggestions, feedback in the comments section down below this video. Also, feel free to share this video wherever and with whomever you see fit. And I'll see you again very soon for some more Fenton Forest action. I've been See What Eso for now.